Hi everyone, I'm Lisa and welcome to Lisa's Stamp Studio. I'm going to be teaching you a card today using the clear block stamping technique. You can use it in a single color, but I'm actually going to teach you the technique using markers to create a beautiful ombre look or a rainbow look, depending on what color scheme that you like. I'm going to be using products that are part of the May Stampin' Up! Pre-release promotion called Share What You Love. There are 3 different bundles of products that are being offered during this pre-release. These bundles will not be available for sale after May 31st. In addition to that, you're going to be able to purchase the brand new 2018-2020 in color ink pads early. There's nothing like getting your hands on new products right away. Here's the card that we're going to be creating today. Let's head over to the stamp table and let's get started. Here's a great close-up of the card that we're going to be creating today. Look, no layers. It's only just one piece of paper, one color ink pad, and just a couple markers. I cut a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This measures 4 inches by 8 inches. I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half. Pictures of this completed card along with supplies and the promotion details that I talked about in the introduction are going to be over on my blog. If you're here from YouTube, the link is down in the description bar below. I've just used my bone folder to go over that crease for that nice crisp edge. And then we're going to start working on that background we talked about. I have a clear block, and for those of you that are interested, this is the Stampin' Up! C block. And I'm going to be using 3 color markers. If you're going to use different colors versus one color, I'm going to recommend that you use colors that will blend well together. I'm also going to be using the brush end of my marker. The Stampin' Up! Markers are dual-ended. So one end is the brush and one end is the pen. So this side is for writing or journaling. So I'm going to use the brush end and I'm going to color right on top of this clear block. And since I have 3 colors, I'm going to work about 1/3 of the way down. And I'll cap that, and I'm going to switch over now to the pumpkin pie. And I'm going to come right up against the other one. If you happen to get some of that pink on your marker, all you have to simply do is take your marker and just wipe it off on a piece of scratch paper so that your color doesn't transfer next time you go to use it. This is the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to go over this as well. If this bleeds over a little bit, that's fine as well. These colors will blend nicely together. The ink on here dries very quickly because it's dye-based. I have my Stampin' Scrub here, and on the wet side, I'm actually going to mist it with my spritzer. I've actually just put tap water inside of here. I just want to get it damp. I don't want it soaking, so I'm going to start from far away, making sure that the point is facing my block. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that right on top of my cardstock in the center, and firm, even pressure. You're going to see how the water and the ink start to dissipate as you press. No 2 of these are going to come out the same. So the exact same pattern kind of varies just depending on how the water runs on the block. And you're going to see how I'm holding it on here so that it can penetrate the paper. You can use watercolor paper for this technique as well. It's going to be important before we stamp that this sits and dries completely. If you own a heat tool, you can go ahead and speed up that drying process. If you stamp next, the ink will bleed, so you'll need to be patient and wait. My cardstock is good and dry, and it is natural for it to have just a little bit of warping from the water that's on this paper. As I mentioned, you can use watercolor paper for a panel on your card front if you wish as well. If you're going to be doing multiple cards, I do recommend that you clean off the block between usage because the colors can muddy and you don't want those to transfer onto your next project. I'm using the Love What You Do stamp set. This is part of that promotion I was talking to you about. This stamp set is absolutely beautiful with the floral images, and I love the font that's included. This watercolor wash background is absolutely perfect for you to be able to stamp these images right over the top and create no fuss cards. There's also a couple other images here that actually color in some of these flowers to give you that watercolor wash type of look that's effortless. I've pulled out the words, "It's a Beautiful Day," and I also pulled out the floral image. I'm going to start with the floral image, and I'm going to use Memento ink. It's the ink of choice when I'm using photopolymer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to hold that all the way over here on the left-hand side of my card so that some of my flowers are on and some of them are off. And then I'll go and press firmly and trace out those images. I'm going to take the words next. I'm going to ink those up as well. And I'm going to stamp those up here near the top. Again, you're going to see how part of my image is actually hanging off that colored block area, just for visual interest. I'm going to bring those markers back in. I'm going to do a little bit of coloring. I'm going to start with my daffodil. I'm going to work at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of color, but I don't want it to be perfect because you can see the clear block stamping is very variegated. There's open and closed areas of color and the bleeding from the colors together. So I want this to kind of coordinate with that look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the brush tip of my marker here, and I'm just going to kind of flick color up. Very similar to what I might do with an alcohol-based marker like the Stampin' Blends. So that I have some light and some dark areas. I'll go ahead and cap that. I'm going to do the same thing now with the pumpkin pie. Keep in mind now you're working over a colored area. So the darker markers are going to work best over that. So I'm just going to flick color in there as well, working on those little small petals. And then I'm going to come over now to the last color that I used on the block, which is the Melon Mambo. And then the same thing here. Again, very strong color, so it works well over that colored base underneath. Just think of all the different things you could do with this technique. A solid color with a tree stamp or even a large greeting would be absolutely beautiful. All right, that is it. You want to talk about quick and easy, but yet impressive. This is the card we created together. Here's the one I created before you joined me. Remember we talked about how no two were going to be alike, just depending on how it's spritzed and where the ink is laid. But I think you'll agree you can make a bunch of these in no time. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you're interested in copies of the current catalogs, I would be happy to send you complimentary ones. Just leave me a comment below. All of my customers also enjoy frequent buyer points, Live with Lisa, tutorials, product price control, and orders of $50 or more also have their choice of a free product gift from a list I email to them on the 25th of the month. You can find rewards details over on my blog. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you click that little bell next to the subscribe button if you're on a desktop version so that you'll receive notifications when I'm live here on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.